How are you?
Good.
Very well. Good. I see that you have given an interview at television. It was about, I saw in LinkedIn that you gave an interview in television. Is it true?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So let's start because we have 30 minutes and we can choose afterwards. So
Okay.
I'm really pleased to have you on Crosstalks. Today we will be talking about your journey, how you started in augmented reality business, what's your experience with brands, and the most important, your really interesting project we will discuss later on. So introduce us yourself, how you started your journey in AR.
Okay, good morning to all. Okay, I start working not in the AR, but in advertising. I went into an advertising agency when I was 20, and all my life I work in the advertising area. I passed to all some international Walter Thompson, BBDO, and so on, and then start work more in local and national agencies, small like boutique agencies, advertising agencies in Portugal. A few years ago, we start thinking that we need to go far away in the channels that we use to communicate and to work on, and so we made one first application with augmented reality. It was 7 years ago. Maybe it was everything was very difficult, but very new, very innovative, and so on. And we create. There's a place in Sintra near Lisbon in Portugal that is very known as a very let's say a space for meditation and so on, known internationally. It's called Quinta da Regaleira. It is like etheric place. And so we create there over more than 70 experience at a time in augmented reality, in tunnels, in GPS oriented beacons and so on. It was a huge work. And so we start in this area and we never stop until now. We have made a lot of things, mainly in the tourism area. And okay. So I love this area. I love create things. I love to write. I have one book, and now I'm going to launch another. Not about VR, IR, but about stories of advertising and so on. And I love comics, and I love to be with people and to create things, to speak, to make communication.
Really amazing story that I know. Can you just dive deeper, like why advertising needs immersive technologies?
Well, advertising, let's say, that's not the point of view. The question is advertising need to communicate with people. That's the first thing. New technologies or IR/VR or television or cinema or radio are really the channels, the tools for achieving people. That's not the reason that we are in this area also is because uh, we are working in what we think that will be the future. Let's say the mobile phone change everything. It becomes part of people. And augmented reality and virtual reality and the future is that the glasses or the contact lens or so on will be the way that be part of people. So we want to be in the first line of this new wave targeting field. That's the reason why we have it. What we really think it's important is the way that we communicate our storytelling, our narratives, the way that we speak with people. That's
Can you tell us more about the experience with the brands? How easily brand marketers or marketing managers understand why storytelling matters for them with AR or VR?
Okay, and that's not a fair question because it's you're gonna make me say bad things about the marketeers, and I don't
Do you
want
have
to
bad
do it because
experience?
I can have
Like,
one client hearing this and say, "Oh, God, that guy is telling something
no, actually,
bad about."
we have these crosstalks because we need educate marketing managers more. They don't need to know about augmented reality at all, but we are explaining why and how they can use it, right?
Yeah, the question, even yesterday, I was in a workshop and we were discussing exactly that what it's really important that people experience, make the experience, try it, use it, and then the things will come naturally. And that was a fair question. But the real problem is that people don't, they are very suspicious about this new technology, they are scared if they can or cannot go ahead with this. It was the same problem with internet, the same problem with the social networks.
Yeah.
And now we have this problem, maybe a little hard because it's not easy. It's not an easy universe, metaverse. It's very selective with the other discussion is the hermetic language that this area has and the difficulty of someone that come from outside and say, okay, I understand what is a handset, what is glass, what is virtual, what is NFT. This is a language too closed to most of people.
Yeah, understand.
Hard work.
So, what would you say to those who still is not close to augmented reality marketing and have not done this
What should I say to them?
to start this journey?
Okay, I would say first there are things that don't come back, and that is one of the things. Don't go against the future. Another thing is try it, because when someone tries now, because 5 years ago it was very difficult. It didn't work. You put a plan, didn't work. The phones didn't work. Anything worked. But today is just to try it and to see how interesting, how emotional, how personal the experience can be. And when a marketer tries it, and I have done that experience, they say, "Oh, okay, I never imagined that this could be so simple,
Mhm.
so friendly in some cases, not all cases, but okay."
Right.
Nah,
You
that's it.
mentioned that, yeah, you mentioned that your concentration lies into tourism direction mostly.
Yeah,
Can you tell
culture.
like more why
Mm.
you decided to dive into tourism direction?
Well, that's the problem of being an advertising guy. The part of augmented reality and virtual reality, two things. First, the preference for augmented reality, huge. Um, I think virtual reality is not more than augmented reality closed. So immersive, totally immersive. But the base is augmented reality.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a feeling that you have the five senses with augmented reality. You are seeing, you are watching, you are smelling because you are in the place
Yeah.
where things happen. So you have all the sense with you. First thing. And the second thing, why? Because I'm not very interested in making industrial solutions or student education solutions, health solutions. Why? Because they're machines. That's the machine part of augmented and virtual reality. What I'm really in, and I think more a group of more people interested in this, is in the area where we speak to people. Okay, what's important is really what we say, and this is our storytelling place, and that's the reason why tourism.
Vapor! É incapaz de vir agora aí a dar uns 30 km por hora.
Estou neste parque há mais de 150 anos.
Olá! Bem-vindo à inovadora aventura nas áreas.
Olá, sou Ricardo Constantino, enólogo da Herdade das Servas. A Herdade das Servas é um projeto da família Serrano Mira que faz vinhos no Alentejo desde 1667.
A zona do Ribatejo é por excelência o berço do cavalo lusitano.
It's not real tourism, it's culture connected to tourism. So we love when we have a historical personage speaking with someone, what we have is communication. We recreate things to speak with people. That's
Joao, I know that you're implementing and developing really interesting projects, application for tourism, right? Can you tell us more, like, from where this idea came and who is it for? I know it's about, like, you're offering to small villages also to become mainstream.
Okay, I think Portugal, and I'm going to take this example, but there's others in different places in Europe and outside Europe. What happens is that we have a huge history that has passed over 1,000 years, and the real thing is that we have a lot of ruins, a lot of heritage separating small villages, small places. You rent here but when you go to a small village here or in Spain or everywhere, you get a micro culture over there. That micro culture is dispersed, is not concentrated, is not organized, is not thinked. And the real question is there's a huge potential because Torre Eiffel, Tower of London, Geranium, so on. There are things that are really massive mainstream tourism. And this small tourism, if it's organized and recreated, you can. What we say is that our project is the Stone Story project. Why? Because we transform a stone into a castle, and a castle into a fairy tale. And everybody loves a good story. Everybody loves a fairy tale. So what happens is we go to the small village, we organize the tourism in the small village, and we transform it in a product can be and say, okay, I come here because I have an organized and intelligent and interacting with the local economical agents. So I have an offer, and that creates a new industry in small places. Money, satisfaction, proud in the heritage. This is
very crucial project. Plan to be launched.
I think we start now. I think in February we have. The question is, launch is easier. To create some 5-6 village, then the idea is have to 50, 100, 200 in all Europe or even outside Europe. That's the real idea. So we are going to start now. We have already some partners and some stakeholders for this. And and then we'll go launch. It's a small. Another thing that is very characteristic is a very cheap solution. So the idea is like, let's democrate the underground tourism. Let's make it democratize. Sorry for my English. It's morning. That's the idea, to make the opportunity to everybody, everywhere, for small, something that a small village can use it.
So your main client can be government themselves, or with whom you are talking mainly?
We are talking with local authorities, mayors and so on. That's the basic idea. But at the same time, we are presenting to Europe some projects to support or to amplify this idea. So we are in both sides. But basically, the idea is to achieve, if local authorities or local mayors want to ask for some help or some support to global government or to other institutional administration, okay, it's okay, but we are not using that
So,
way.
as I understand, your vision might be that you want to cover whole world with this application.
It will be magnificent to make a unicorn. It is, but okay, I'm not just for joking over here. Of course,
You'll never know. You'll never.
Yes,
know.
I'll never know. Maybe with Crosscreators we can achieve that over make it another dimension.
So, how you see the collaboration between your company? You have a big and experienced agency, and with Crosscreators. Why do you think that partnership with Crosscreators Marketplace can be beneficial for agencies?
Well, what I just said is, first of all, I just said everything. I think Crosscreators can be a real partner in this process. Okay, that's the opportunity, and that's the opportunity for everybody. I think that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm talking to you with all the pleasure, is because I really think that Crosscreator is a very, it's like a unicorn for intermediator. Between agencies, production, and so on, all over the world. And so I thought I see your presentation. I was with you and your colleagues in Portugal, and it was really very interesting. So congratulations! It's a good idea.
Thank you so much, and I'm so pleased that we met and we partnered up within your agency and the Crosscreators. It's really amazing for me that you are in this industry, in advertising industry, for so long. You have seen a lot, and as you took the direction of augmented reality, now we totally know that this is like trendy. This is going to be the biggest in advertising industry. But it's also interesting how you envision the future of augmented reality advertising. What can be and what couldn't be. Like people are talking a lot. Metaverse is hyped. Everyone needs to be promoted in Web3. But can you tell us what can be real in your opinion, of course, and what can be done within the 5 years?
Okay, my crystal ball, because everything we are talking is real crystal ball. Tells me that. Okay, metaverse, it's real, but I think metaverse has a lot of problems. The problem is not creating the metaverse, but the problems that comes with metaverse. Notice one thing, by example. One of the problems of the governments, the authorities of each country, is because they don't have the ability of create rules for the things, more simple things that are operating. Let's see, if I put someone smoking in advertising in augmented reality, I'm not against the law, and the law said I can not do it because it's not regulated that augmented reality is a media or it's nothing. So the first thing is we have the central administration has not the capability of go together with the technology.
Yeah,
and that's a huge problem. That's a problem it's passing now with the bitcoins and with all these problems comes from the no vision, no integration between the rules and the market itself. So that distance causes what happened. What we have in metaverse is real Gemini, a twin of what happens in real world. That's the real magic of metaverse. You can live another life with different characteristics, but in this world, what I know, how to walk, how to dream, how to buy, how to sell, and so on. So the huge problem is the metaverse has to have the same way that we elect a leader in the real world, we must have leaders in metaverse world, or else it's a chaos. You can say, okay, anarchic future can solve that problem. Okay, what I think, independent of metaverse, that will happen is that really augmented reality, communication systems, glasses at the first time, control easy and not ridiculous things that we are putting tic-tacs for like a mouse in the air. All these things will have solution. And what happens that we are going not to be like this, but I put my glasses, you put your glasses, and we are making this okay, in the same space, in the same world. So I think that's absolutely nobody said that it's not the future. My ball says okay. Metaverse, I think, will be the future, but I cannot really define. I know that Meta and Amazon and so on are all included by it's huge business, new business, and the way to get parallel between delivery, physical delivery of things and the metaverse way of it. It's really going this way, and not even my good. My good thinking of the future can nothing can say really what really the way that will end.
But I think that your crystal ball tells truth, and we are going in that direction. So as you might know, like there are two teams, right, about the metaverse. The first ones are pro virtual reality, who think that we totally will lose our reality and we will 24 hours be in some kind of like virtual space. And there are like more like Niantic version who think that we have to make our own reality better using augmented reality layers. So in which team you are more, like how you envision this?
Okay, I wrote one thing and I sustain it, that if we are going to create a world to be worse than the world that we are, it's better we stay still at the place that we are. And that's the first question. That's the first discussion of all. I'm not a fiction believer. I see all the movies that everybody now has seen also. What I really think, it's first, there are dangers in all the process, but there were dangers with internet. You have hackers everywhere, and so there's danger in any innovation until it's stabilized. There are dangers, and what people are saying that we stay in the second world, not the first world, it's really a danger. But I don't think will be. I think the human. Let's see. I believe in the human race by itself. I'm a humanist. I believe in the human race. I believe our ability to make things happen and to control things, even in the worst situations. And we see during the times that we have passed through everything that could be bad. So if you are thinking about a good thing, why shouldn't we pass it also for the small bad things that can deliver? I really worry. One of the examples, that's one real question, Roblox, where we have 150 million active persons, and half of them are below 12 years old, and say that people with 20 years are just old guys, shouldn't be there with 20 years. So that's the 5 million people that at each moment are playing in Roblox. Make me understand a little the things that the parallel thing. I don't think it could be, but there's one thing that we should. But I don't see nothing that say, okay, let's stop with the idea of metaverse, because for my part, I'm in the other group, the one that say, okay, let's go to metaverse, let's go to everywhere if it's for good reason.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm really excited to have you on our Crosstalks, and I would be really amazed if you ping us and just tell us whenever your application is launched, because I need to talk more about this application. And whenever you're ready, let's make another call and another Crosstalk only about that. It was a pleasure to have you and to listen to your interesting ideas, and I'm sure that we will meet one more time very soon. And let's talk outside of Crosstalks. Of course, we can schedule our call and discuss how we can make win-win for both of us, for our agency.
That would be perfect. Thank you very much for the invitation. Thank you for this nice conversation and
Thank
everything.
you so much, Joao.
Okay. It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, and just pick me whenever you want to have a call next week, and let's discuss like outside of recordings.
Okay, I think it's perfect. Thank you, Annie, and I'll send you the material as soon as possible. Okay, bye.